I tried making it look festive in here. I don't know if I was successful. Welcome to my very first TBR, seasonal TBR video. This is my fall / spooky season TBR. That for me means September all the way through till the end of November. Well, up until like Thanksgiving, and then after that, technically it's Christmas time. Will I read every single one of these books by the end of November? I could. Will I possibly get distracted with other books that are not my fall TBR? Probably. I guess I'll just start. I don't know what else there is to say. First on the list, I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. The first Riley Sager book I read was The Only One Left, and I actually really enjoyed that one, and I've since heard that this is like his actual best book. I almost started this actually a couple weeks ago, but I saw and I stared at it for a good long while, and I was like, I'm scared. I don't want to read that, so I put it away. And therefore, I have to read it when I'm in the mood to be spooked, which is spooky season. Next, I have Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. I don't really know how to explain this book. This is one of those books where like you literally don't know how to describe what it's about, but you read the backs and you're like really interested and you actually want to figure out what's happening. Yeah, that's this for me. I think I bought this to read with Kennedy, and then we never picked it up. We had read like 2 books back to back together, and then this was supposed to be the next one, but then we ended up never reading it. So I think now that like fall's coming up, it's a good time for us to read it. Also, like kind of reconnect because we haven't talked in a while. What I'm getting from this is that it's going to be a lot about what life is like postpartum, if that makes sense. It might, underneath the surface, be about things that women and moms experience after giving birth to their kids, not only physically but also mentally. If that's going to be the like kind of theme that's wrapped up in this, then I'm going to be really excited about it. That's why I picked this up, because those were the vibes I was getting. Next up, we have this book called Dark Watcher by Lilith St. Crow. This book is like the most random book ever. This book was recommended to me by a friend. We were at her house and she was going through all of her books, and we were talking about books that we read when we were teenagers and what we were reading in middle school. I told her one of my favorite book series in middle school and high school, and she told me that this one was hers. We were trying to exchange series that like never blew up. To be honest, I've never actually read the back, but my friend had told me that it's in a world where witches exist, and they have these people who are called watchers because I think the witches are like targets, or like they're in danger, but they need watchers, which are essentially the people that like watch over them. A watcher and a witch fall in love, something like that. The way my friend was explaining it to me, this seemed very fun and very cute. She said there's like 7 of them, and she has all of them. So if I finish this one and I like it, I'm gonna go back to my friend library and ask her for the next one. I'm probably gonna read this one also in October because, hello, witches. I think I love witches, by the way. Lately I've discovered that. Witches, 10 out of 10. They're so cool. The next one on my lineup is Ninth House. Yes, I know. I still have not read Ninth House. I've read many good things about this book and this series. I think it's supposed to be a trilogy. I'm not 100% sure. But I went ahead and I bought the second one already anyway. So they're both on my TBR for fall. These are like my first ever like dark academia kind of reads, so I'm really excited about them. And also I'm excited just because they sound like books that I would read regardless. I'm also kind of scared because they talk about how it, like, I get it, it's dark academia, but I've seen some TikToks and some reviews where people made it seem like it was way darker than they thought it would be. So I was like, what the heck is in this book that like people are disturbed about? It's a little bit confusing. Either way, I'm excited to read these. They're both bricks. The next one on my list, which these are probably all very basic choices, except for like the one my friend recommended to me, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This one is supposed to be a thriller about a man who wakes up randomly in a hospital. I don't know, he wakes up in some sort of like facility. They're saying welcome back to him, and even though he literally has no idea where he is, the life he remembers is not the same way it used to be. He seems to have a life established already in this world, so he's trying to figure out what's reality, who's the actual villain, what the frick is happening. It sounds like it would really get my blood pumping. It also sounds a little bit sci-fi-y, and I don't know, I've been interested in starting to read sci-fi. It's such a like dudes genre that I'm scared to dip my toe into that community because I don't want to get rejected. The next one I have, which you guys are probably gonna recognize, Coraline. I've been so excited to read this ever since I bought it. If you watched my my book shopping video, the one with Jocelyn and I, we went to the library for the used book sale and I got this copy of Coraline for $1. I've always wanted a copy of Coraline just to have it because I loved the movie growing up. But now that I like reading again, I've always wanted to actually read the book. So I'm very excited that I finally have myself a copy and then I got it for $1. There's also pictures in here and I'm really excited to read a picture book. Next on my list, you guys are gonna be so surprised. You guys are gonna be so surprised. Gone Girl by Gillian. This book is big enough that I should know how to pronounce her name. You know this book, you know what it is. This author had the 2010s in a chokehold, and I remember like being 13 and liking these covers, but this was always like, I don't know, I always saw this as a genre that I was too young to read, but then now I realized like, oh, I can literally read whatever I want. So this is what I'm doing. I'm reading whatever I want. I still have zero idea what this book is about, surprisingly. All I know is that she disappears. That's why she's gone, girl. She does so, I don't know. I have zero context about this. Don't tell me in the comments. I kind of want to go into it blind. Like, I kind of have an idea of what it's about, okay? She leaves her husband, right? I don't know. Don't tell me. I'm gonna find out. This might be the first thing I read, to be honest, on this TBR, because I just want to see. And I want to see how good it is. I want to like these books. I want to like this author. And last, but certainly not least, if Gone Girl is not the first book I read out of all of these, it's gonna be Red Rising. Yes. You heard it here first. I want to read the Red Rising series, not trilogy. If I'm being completely honest, I picked this up because it sounds interesting and I've heard a lot of praise and a lot of good things about these books. But I've been wanting to start a series that was less than 8 books. And so I was like, I want to read a simple trilogy. Picked these up thinking that they were a trilogy because, you know, that's what they said. And turns out there's like almost 7 books. So, and there's like another one coming out. Like, it's not done yet. I guess if I love them, it'll be worth all of the books. If you don't know what Red Rising is about, neither do I, really. The back, I've read it many times. Literally all it says is, his wife is taken, his people enslaved, driven by a longing for justice and the memory of lost love, Darrow will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. Dun dun dun. I know it sounds really good. My friend, same friend that gave me the witch book, she also wants to read Red Rising. So we decided that we want to read it together. We want to start it together. She reads like crazy fast, so I'm gonna have to be working overtime to keep up with her. If we both like it, it'll be so much fun to read together. And we both agreed that it was going to be a great read for fall time. I was so close to starting Red Rising like a few months ago, but then I forgot what I started instead, and then I just went on a completely different book reading path. So these are all, oi, don't fall please. This is my fall TBR. Isn't she cute? They all match. Isn't that crazy? Like they just match. I mean, this one kind of stands out a little bit, but they all match. I didn't even do this on purpose. I literally just pulled them off my shelf. So starting in September 1st, right now, this is when I'm posting this. Maybe not. I think I can get through these. September, October, November. 9 books in 3 months. Yeah, it's 3 books a month. I can do that if I really try. I feel like I put this on to be festive. I feel like you barely saw it the whole video, but here it is. I'm showing it to you guys. Isn't it cute? My tia made it. Shout out Tia Eva. That's it. Thanks for watching my video. Please leave in the comments what you're planning to read this fall and or spooky season, or maybe you're planning on reading some of the same books that I'm planning on reading. And if you've read any of the books that I'm planning on reading, please let me know in the comments what you thought about them and whether or not you think that I will enjoy them. But don't spoil anything. That should go without saying, but I feel like I should say it anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.